Welcome to third period astronomy with Mr. Finley. I'm your host Mags, and this is the universe. Okay, our solar system begins with the sun. The reason I'm making this video in 100-degree heat. Every 3 steps I take from the sun is 1 AU. Our first planet, Mercury, is 1/3 AU away from the sun, so it's only 1 step. Did you know Mercury actually has a crater named after Dr. Seuss? Wow, look at this casually placed Dr. Seuss book that's right here outside on my stairs. That's really convenient. The name of the crater is Geisel because that's Dr. Seuss's first name. Nobody asked, but my favorite Dr. Seuss movie is Horton Hears a Who. Another little fun fact for ya. Another 1/3 AU away from Mercury is Venus, represented by a plum. Something really cool and unique about Venus is that it has yellow clouds in its atmosphere. I bet yellow clouds are really pretty. The next planet in our solar system is Earth. Fun fact about Earth, the prettiest and most amazing girl in the world, Maggie Leiter, lives here. Everyone on this planet is really lucky. Earth only has 1 moon, which is represented by a cherry tomato. Fun fact about the moon, only 12 people have ever been to it. Our next planet, Mars, is 2/3 AU away from Earth. It's represented with a softball. Mars is really interesting because it's the only other planet we know of that could have supported life. We could live on Mars, couldn't we? I think we could have survived on Mars. In between Mars and our next planet, Jupiter, is the asteroid belt, represented with Candy Belt. What is a meteor belt, you ask? What a great question. The meteor belt is a piece of space in between Mars and Jupiter. It's filled with a bunch of meteors of different sizes and other debris and space rock. Plus, it tastes really good. We give the meteor belt a 10 out of 10. Our next planet, Jupiter, is 2.3 AU away from the asteroid belt. It's represented by our paid actor, Mr. Bear. Jupiter actually has many rings, formed because space rock and space dust come together because of gravity from the planet. However, these rings are really faint and we can't really see them. If you want to see some really impressive rings, you'll go to Saturn. Another cool fact about Jupiter is that 1 year on Jupiter is about 12 years here on Earth. That means a little over 4,300 days on Earth is equal to 1 day on Jupiter. I wish we had more days on Earth. Maybe I wouldn't be doing this project the night before it's due, in 100-degree heat and in the rain. Jupiter is so lucky. 13 steps away from Jupiter is Saturn. Saturn is most well known for its pretty rings because they're very easy to see. However, Saturn is actually a very windy planet. Winds on Saturn can get up to 500 miles an hour. This is due to Saturn's high rotation velocity. I think that means it's spinning really fast, so there's lots of wind. I don't know, that's just what the internet told me. 29 more steps away and we have Uranus, represented by a basketball. Where Earth only has 1 moon, Uranus has 27. That's a lot of moons to keep track of. A cool fun fact about this is that they're all named after Shakespeare characters. Personally, I don't get it. I don't like Shakespeare. It's too boring for me. Everyone dies. It's just not my thing. If I were to name 27 moons, I would name them all after Taylor Swift songs, but I guess the astronomy community has different opinions. 32 more steps and we have Neptune, represented by a soccer ball. Because Neptune is so far away from Earth and its harsh conditions are really cold, it's only been visited once, by Voyager 2 in August 1989. Even though Pluto technically isn't a planet anymore, it's 29 steps away from Neptune. It's represented with a strawberry. An 11-year-old girl actually named Pluto. She suggested the name Pluto because Pluto is the name of the god of the underworld, kind of like Hades. So Pluto was considered a planet until 2006 when they decided it's actually a dwarf planet because it's too small to be a regular planet. This is kind of sad because growing up as a kid, Pluto was my favorite planet for a very long time. People would ask, Maggie, what's your favorite planet? Pluto. And then in like 2013, years after it wasn't even a planet anymore, I learned it was a dwarf planet. That was my first real heartbreak, was finding out Pluto wasn't a real planet. Voyager is a little over 127 AU away from Pluto, which is 352 steps. So Voyager is a space probe launched by NASA September 5th, 1977. That was nearly 46 years ago. Its mission was to go beyond our solar system to help researchers study interstellar space. and it did its job. It's still out in interstellar space right now. Right now, it's 15 billion miles away from Earth. I can't even run 1 mile. 15 billion miles is such a large distance. This is a huge deal for the space community because this is the farthest a human-made object has ever gone into space. Okay, we're at 100 steps. Only 253 more to go. We're at 200. It looks like we're on the moon. We are currently 100 AU away from Pluto. The pole with the 3 white discs is our sun. 6, 7, 8, 9. That's 50 more. Voyager is a little over 127 AU away from Pluto, which is 352 steps. Voyager officially left our solar system and went into interstellar space in 2012. That means it took 35 years to get out of our solar system, which is 3.6 AU a year. That's crazy fast. Voyager 1 was only the second probe to ever make it to Saturn to study it. It completed all of its goals except for only one experiment. NASA says this probe is going to be out in the universe until it emerges from the Oort cloud in 14,000 to 28,000 years. So we'll never get to see it, but hopefully someone someday will. Well, that's our solar system. I hope you learned something, and I hope I get an A on this project. Peace out. We just ate Pluto. I think that was one of the best strawberries I've ever had.